Hello, hello, Sheep Mage here. I feel really bad. I did not record the drafting, and I did not record when I played these matches. But this is so sweet. I want to show you. This one obviously is not going to be very great. It's just an opponent who didn't have a very good start. Our start was pretty awesome, and I think this is where he quit. Yeah, and he gave up there. So just wanted to show that one there. Okay. So then this match. Watch this one. Felt pretty good about what I had here. My opponent was not making good choices here. He never used his Maze of Ith. In game one, he did not use the Maze of Ith. I would go ahead and level up because I had nothing else to do. Attacked, and he's like, no, I don't really want to use that Maze of Ith. He ended up winning this game, which was pretty frustrating, given the fact that he just wasn't using his Maze of Ith that he played on turn one. So he probes me. See here. Oh yeah, Rotting Regisaur comes out. So my turn, I play Eureka, which was probably a mistake. In hindsight, playing Eureka here might not have worked out as well as I'd hoped. I had such an advantage in my hand. I felt pretty good about it. You know, lots of things I was going to be able to put in the field. But the opponent has Griselbrand and Bola Citadel, so those two things together just coming out for free for him probably wasn't so great for me. Anyway, so he comes to him. Then here I make he just kills my innocent, obviously. He Gaunties. He gets my Craterhoof. And so that was pretty sad. I think I actually could have won at one point in this game, except for the fact Craterhoof was removed from me. He is low in life. So here, play the Uro, do the Uro things. And then I get Oko. I'm like, sweet. Turn Griselbrand into an elk, because that's probably the biggest threat he had out there. Then I guess I should have tried. Then I think, does he kill? He does not kill. I decided not to kill the Regisaur because it's taking cards out of his hand. And he doesn't kill my Oko, but he Mind Twists me, and that sucked so bad. So I make a food here. It was probably a mistake. I probably should have gone ahead and turned the Citadel into an elk. But then from here, it's just, I'm just going down because I'm drawing nothing but lands. He's got Kaya. Kaya's messing my plays up here anyway. And he gets my oh yeah, he gets my Craterhoof. I don't think, was there an opportunity for me to go search for my Craterhoof? Oh yeah, I think I used the Garrick to do that. Anyway, so I lost that game. Stunk. Game 2. Things went considerably better here. But I was frustrated, for sure. Definitely was frustrated. Because even though things, like, okay, things are turning out here pretty good here. Like, alright, Trigon Predator takes care of Bitter Blossom and Mox Diamond. Probes me, so he knows what I got in my hand. Here I am with Eureka again, but he sacrifices his flyer. It was a mistake. So here I get his Bitter Blossom. I think I get his Bitter Blossom first. Yep. And then I Time Walk. Untap. And I get his Mox Diamond. I realize Eureka, I probably should have cited Eureka out actually. So I go ahead and just Green Sun for 3. Get Nissa, go get a Forest. Prepare myself to play Nissa next turn. Then I do play Nissa, and I think at this point I'm going to go ahead and attack. Just throwing my second Nissa to the Blade Crafter, but he decides to trade for the land instead. Cassiger, that was pretty sweet. I was like, alright. Then my turn, I go ahead and cultivate. Lands out of the way. don't attack. So next turn I'll be able to flip Nissa. He doesn't attack with the Tasigur, which I thought was kind of interesting. I think that maybe he should have tried to attack Nissa. And, maybe gotten rid of both of my Nissas that way. Then I get the Gargaroth and another hasty forest. He concedes the game. Alright. Okay, game 3. Pretty good hand. This is crazy. He does the same thing. Maze of Ith on 1. It's just crazy. He just doesn't. I don't know if he just couldn't figure out how to use it. Honestly, if he had used his Maze of Ith correctly, then he probably would have more of a chance to win. Okay, so here we go. I attack like this. He takes the damage, and then he mazes. After he takes the damage, he mazes. So here, Primal Command. Go get my Elder Gargaroth. Can't attack because of the Registar. Attacks me with the Registar. Mind twists me, and he gets my Gargaroth. I was so mad at that point. Here it is again. He takes the damage, then he mazes. It's so funny. Okay, so then I'm like, all right, well, looks like I'm gonna get myself a Karuk. I go ahead and attack. He does the thing. He mazes after he takes the damage. And I just make a wolf. So then when he attacks with that, I just block with the wolf. And he reanimates my Elder Gargaroth, which is actually kind of frustrating. So I use a Garuk to go ahead and kill the Mesmeric Fiend. Oh, and I got Oko too, that's right. Turned my Gargaroth into an elk. So now he's here, he can attack me. Go ahead and block there because he's at 6 life and I don't even need to cast the Crater Hoof. I think dead. Well, except for that, you know, he could Maze of Ith to fill more health. I don't know. All right, that's it for that round. And round 3. This was awesome. Not just me, but it was also awesome on my opponent's part. Check out this opener. Alright, I got Time Walk, I got Oko. This is gonna go well. Mountain, Lotus, Sulfuric Vortex. Wow. So, alright. Okay, so, well, I'm in this. I decided to Time Walk here. My initial plan was to try to get Oko and then Time Walk, but I figured it was just too important for me to get Oko, or to get Oko onto the field. And I'm right, because look at him burning my face, playing Mana Crypt. He's got Sulfuric Vortex and he's playing Mana Crypt. He needs every single bit of this damage. It is so crazy. And I decided to trade off that. I should have killed the courier instead. And I should have maybe held back the food elk. Because he hits me for 2, he attacks me for 1, sacrifices, finds a lightning strike, and then the vortex finished me off. A little rough. Game 2. Alright, game 2. Let's look here. Alright. So I decide to go for the elves on 1. That's a dangerous elf to play against mono red. So then I cultivate, go grab the islands. I probably should have grabbed an island and a forest there just because I have Nissa. Gives me more mana overall, but I figured I need to get the double blue. So this is a pretty sweet turn. We go ahead and Nissa, untap, attack for 3. Follow that up by playing Hex Drinker and putting 1 counter on it. Take some time. I mean, he played the Chromox for the Swift Sphere. Fiery Confluence is a sweet card, sweet magic card. But he realizes things are gonna not go to his favor at this point. I think that it was probably a mistake. He should have. I mean, he was going to lose anyway. But when I gained 7 life, I think that was just pretty much it for him for that turn or for that game. I think he probably should have waited a little longer to see the Courser and the Time Walk. Okay, and the final game. This was a battle. He's going first. Doesn't have a turn 1 play, which is good for me. I kind of know, but my hand is starting slow anyway, too. So then, turn 3, he gets the Vortex. That's a good reason to keep that hand, I guess. So now my Courser isn't going to do what I need it to, so I'm going to go ahead and go get the islands. Get that Dragon Predator out, and hopefully be able to use it to kill that Vortex. And he Avalanche Riders and kills my land. Oh man, that was hurt. That hurt. That hurt. But I get that Predator out there. Now, I feel a little hopeful here when he taps all 4 mana to buy the Echo on that Avalanche Rider. Because maybe that means he doesn't have anything that he wants to play, but no. Plays a Chromox, he puts a spell on it, and he has the Lightning Bolt to kill the Trigon Predator. I'm like, okay, the only way I'm going to get this is I have to use that thing, shuffle that Vortex into his library, so not the way I want to use Primal Command, but then he gets Batterskull. Batterskull is a little scary, not gonna lie. But I go ahead and get the Courser, and I grab the Hex Drinker. The reason I grab the Hex Drinker is I figure it's not going to survive anyway if I got an Elf, and I'm just going to block with it, so I wanted something that would trade. So I traded there. I'm at 3 life. This is crazy. Oh man, Uro. Needed you so bad there. Uro and Courser are keeping me alive here. Then I can go ahead and play Daruk, and I kill that Abbot. Then it comes to my turn. I'm at 8 life. Now I decided, obviously it would have been better to block the 2-1. I think that it was much better to stay at 6 life rather than be at 4 life. So I get Uro back, gain some life, and Elder Gargroth and a wolf. I'm still scared I could die here. He gets Vortex back. Good grief. Plays the Mana Crypt. Well, so I play that for 1. Using exactly 8 mana to cast Craterhoof. He has a burn spell that he uses in response to kill token, but I still have. Cool. Given that those are the last 2 cards in his hand, I probably, in that turn previous, could have. Yeah, I probably could have kept my Courser on the field. But going to 4 life against a red player and they have 2 cards in hand, that's not a wise. Definitely not. 6 life is not really much better, but it worked out. Alright, well, that's all I'm doing. Just wanted to take a quick snapshot of a sweet cube draft that I did. Talk to you.